Today I'm talking about the new thriller film, Conclave. This stars a bunch of actors that you would recognize, and the basic premise is the Pope has died, and now it is up to 100+ cardinals to gather together and vote which one of them is going to be the next Pope. And it's pretty solid. It's really just like a House of Cards sort of vibe, political thriller type of thing, where they're constantly casting votes and trying to like figure out like, oh, how can I get the votes from these people or from these people? And then like lots of dirt getting thrown around out there, like, oh, this guy actually did this thing back in the day. Oh, this guy did this thing back in the day. Maybe there's some corruption. And like that was very interesting and well done. It definitely had my attention the whole way through. Great performances all around. It's always nice to see John Lithgow, for sure. Stanley Tucci gave a really interesting performance as well. It definitely went to some interesting and unexpected places, for sure. I think my biggest issue with the movie is it kind of feels like it just stops. Like we finally get to the answer of who's gonna be the next Pope, and then there's one more big thing that happens after that, and then after that it's roll credits, and I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting, but like, that's definitely not the end of the story, because that was kind of a big bombshell you dropped on us. And I don't even know if like the main character played by Ralph Fiennes, if his story really felt like it was done by that point. So I don't know. I definitely enjoyed the movie and had a good time with it. There were definitely a couple moments where I was like, ooh, hot damn. But I think just because the film kind of decided the story was over when it didn't really feel like the story was over, that knocked it down a good bit. I still enjoyed it, and I would still recommend it, honestly. Especially if you're Catholic, because, you know, it's all about a bunch of Catholics. As a non-Catholic, I did have to kind of play catch up a little bit. Lily did a decent job of explaining most stuff, but I'm sure actual Catholics would get more out of the experience. So yeah, it was a decent film. Not the strongest ending, but still worth a watch. And now for my ranking, I put this at number 55 in the quite-like section. And this is out of a total of 88 new movies so far this year.